Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Codeman Movies. If it looks like I'm wearing the same clothes as I did the last time in the last video, that's because I am. If it looks like I'm drinking the exact same drink from the last video, that's because, well, I am. Because I'm recording this literally right after I just talked about the top 10 movies, or the top 7 movies, comic book movies of 2022. So yeah, I'm filming this tonight. If you did not watch the last video, I am heading to South Carolina tomorrow night. We'll be there for a week looking at houses, looking at jobs. So I'll be coming back probably Friday night sometime. And so I'm pre-recording some videos so I can have a couple videos out for next week. So yeah, that's why I'm pre-recording these. Big life changes, hopefully. Hopefully I get to warm weather instead of this cold. It's currently snowing outside, and it's cold, and it's wet, and it's disgusting, and I hate it. So, yeah, that's the big introduction, I guess. There's not much else to say. If you've watched the last video, you kind of already knew that, and I'm just repeating myself. I'm going to have another drink. Drink that I'm drinking, if you did not watch the last video, is a strawberry mix with orange twist Captain Morgan mixed with some Sprite. It's pretty good. It's a very sweet drink. Oh, I added some triple sec to it too. It's a very sweet drink. I'm sipping on it. Especially, well, this has lasted 2 videos now. So, yeah, that goes to show you just how sweet it is. So, today we are talking about my top 10 Christmas movies. Now, just want to let you know right away, Christmas is not my favorite time of the year. It's a miserable time of the year, in my opinion. I went to the mall tonight. It was absolutely just bonkers crazy. Everyone looked cranky and stressed and not happy. This is not my favorite time of the year. It really isn't. I do enjoy some Christmas movies, but a lot of these Christmas movies that come out are kind of garbage and cheap movies that are made for quick buck for people that like Christmas. So I don't usually love Christmas. There's going to be some Christmas movies that people love. I'm going to tell you right now, A Christmas Story is not in this list. I do not love that movie. I find that movie so very overrated. We will talk about that in another episode because I actually watched it recently in preparation for the sequel. So, no Christmas Story on this list. Maybe a couple others you don't see. These are my favorites. Some of these you might not even consider Christmas movies. It is what it is. You'll get over it. If you don't, well, then you got a lot more problems in your life if you're worried about what this guy thinks is a Christmas movie. So yeah, guys, without further ado, we're going to talk about Christmas movies. These are not in any particular order. These are just my Christmas movies that I like. This will be premiering, I think, on the 14th. So my idea is that you watch one of these. If you have not watched all these movies, watch one of these movies every day leading up to Christmas Eve. And on Christmas Day, maybe watch your absolute favorite Christmas movie or one that's not in my list or something, yeah. So these are just my Christmas movies. Like it, don't like it. I don't care either way. I mean, let's have a conversation about it though. Comment down below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what your favorites are. Let's just have fun, guys. Let's talk movies. Let's be positive and yeah, let's have fun, be positive, all that crap. Anyways, guys, let's start without further ado. My first one is one that I know some people don't think is a Christmas movie. Personally, I do. It takes place during Christmas. There's Christmas music in it. Die Hard. It's a great action movie. It's a great Christmas movie, guys. I know. It's not necessarily what you would consider a Christmas movie, and that's why I like it. It's such a great Christmas movie, though. I think this movie is so much fun. The action, Bruce Willis is such a great lead and such a great hero. John McClane, he's awesome. Hans Gruber, a.k.a. Alan Rickman, was absolutely fantastic in this movie. The fear, the tension, and just everything. John McClane does not feel like a superhero the way he does in like A Good Day to Die Hard, for example. He is getting hurt. He is stepping on glass with his bare feet and having to bandage himself up and such like that. So many iconic lines. Yippee-ki-yay. I'm not going to say it all because I want to keep it somewhat, appropriate. And just Alan Rickman in this movie specifically is just so amazing. That shot where he's falling is absolutely great. There's so much fun and excitement in Die Hard. It's just a great movie. It is so great. It's simple enough, really. It really is simple, but so great. I mean, the tagline kind of says it all. High above the city of LA, a team of terrorists has seized a building, taken hostages, and declared war. One man has managed to escape, an off-duty cop hiding somewhere inside. He's alone, tired, and the only chance anyone has got. Right there, couple sentences, the movie has been summed up. I love that. I absolutely love this movie. Such a great movie to watch. I haven't watched it in a hot minute. I should probably watch it again real soon because this is such a awesome, enjoyable flippin' movie. It really is. And I know, not what you would consider a Christmas movie necessarily. It's a Christmas movie to me. Love this movie. Die Hard's one of my favorite Christmas movies. Next up, guys, a classic movie, a classic Christmas movie, Home Alone. I remember watching this movie as a kid and loving it. It is slapstick, yes. It's simple, yes. A kid is left home alone and people try to break in. I love it. This movie is hilarious. It is charming. It is heartwarming. I had this movie up at the bar I work at this week, and people were watching it. Adults, kids came in, they were watching it. Everyone watches this movie because it's just so enjoyable. It's just so much fun, and you'd laugh. You feel those heartwarming moments. I also love it takes place in Chicago. What is it? Marv and I can't remember the other one. Joe Pesci and I can't remember the other guy's name. The two crooks. They're absolutely fantastic. I love the dynamic, the chemistry between them and Kevin McAllister. John Hughes did such a great job writing this movie, directing this movie. I have not a lot of negative things to say about this movie. Is it a little goofy and cartoony and over the top? Yes. But you know what? It's just great. From the perspective of the parents, you can see how traumatizing and terrifying this is. Perspective as a child who is the younger child and feels kind of left out and such, you get it. And if your family disappeared, you'd probably have fun for 2 whole days too and eat junk food and watch whatever you want. And then you'd go crazy, kind of just like Kevin does. And I love that. I love his scary neighbor. I just love it. I love everything about this movie. This is such a great movie. I'm not going to rate any of these because I haven't talked about any of these movies yet. I don't think. Maybe I have at some point on one of these videos, but I haven't Full Plunge gave a review of these, so I don't want to rate any of these. I just want you to know I love all these movies. They're so great. These all get positive, big scores from me. So, Home Alone, fantastic movie. And we're going to follow that up with Home Alone 2. Now, Home Alone 1 is absolutely better than Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 literally does what Home Alone 1 does, just in New York. There's some things that just don't necessarily make sense. How Kevin is able just to get into this hotel and such like that, yeah, I don't buy that. The fact that the crooks are kind of just suddenly in New York and they somehow just meet up in this city of bajillions of people, yeah, I don't buy that either. You know, there's some things that are kind of just, yeah, okay. You have to kind of just go with it. And the things Kevin McAllister does to these crooks, they should 100% be dead. But again, just go with it because it's fun. It's delightful. This movie is, again, the same things that I had to say about the first one. It's fun. It's funny. After this, I'm going right to bed, I think. Actually, I might watch an episode of Shameless. I'm addicted to that Ding Dang show. And I probably won't get to watch it for like a week because I'll probably be too busy and have nothing. Anyways, Marv, that's the other one. Marvin, no, that's the one I was talking about. Anyways, does it say it on there? It doesn't. Okay, anyways, guys. Oh, wait, John Hughes didn't direct these movies. That's right, he just wrote it. Chris Columbus directed it. Ugh. Anyways, John Hughes wrote these movies. Does a great job with the writing. Chris Columbus, once again, does a great job directing because he directed the first one. I apologize, Chris Columbus, for saying that you didn't direct the first one when you clearly directed the first one. I knew that. Anyways, guys, the fun in this movie is great. The humor in this movie is great. The characters are great. Even the newer characters. I like Tim Curry's kind of like suspicious hotel manager. I think that's a great character. I'm glad that he kind of sees what we see in the sense that this is ridiculous that a kid is just checking into a hotel by himself. I love that. Uh, the bird lady has always creeped me out. I don't love the bird lady, and it's not because she's a bad character necessarily. I'd say she's the same character as the old man in the first one. She just scares me with the birds and the bird poop. I don't know. It freaks me out. But this is still a solid movie. I wouldn't say it's better than the original, but it's still really good, and it's real close to the original in my opinion. Yeah, it's the same movie, but with some more different, unique jokes, and still jokes that are also copying the first. But an enjoyable movie, lots of heart, lots of humor. Again, you see it from all the perspectives of the characters. You do. I love this movie so much. It's again, I had this movie playing at the bar yesterday. People were watching it. People like this movie. People enjoyed this movie. It's a fun movie. It's a good movie. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, a really good movie. I love it. Now, the sequels after this, they can all jump into a flying pit of garbage and just burn to death because I hate Home Alone 3 through whatever last year, Home Sweet Home Alone or something. I don't remember what it was. Next up, guys, a movie I actually watched in theaters tonight. I will talk more specifically about this in a later video. The Christmas Vacation, guys. What a wonderful movie. Another movie written by John Hughes. John Hughes knew how to write a movie. He really did. 3 movies of his already I have talked about. Like, it's insane. Chevy Chase was his star of this one. Jonathan Galecki before he became Big Bang Theory. Beverly D'Angelo's in this movie. And this movie, again, kind of same as Home Alone. It has a lot of great humor. There is really great humor. The whole theater was laughing watching this movie. Got a lot of heart. This is, at the end of the day, a man who wants to give his family an amazing Christmas. And I love that. While characters are very cartoony, there's a lot of things in this movie that are cartoony and just could never happen, but they do, and you go with it because who cares? It's comedy. But you relate to a lot of these humors or these characters, or people like this. Even the crazy aunt, what was it, Ada? I can't remember. But she's either has dementia or Alzheimer's or something. She's old, and someone like that who's dealing with those kind of things. Chevy Chase's character is an absolute dick in this movie. Chevy Chase in real life is a dick, from what it sounds like. I know there was so much behind the scenes drama and stuff that happened with this movie, but boy, did this movie come out great. I love this movie so much. It just such great humor, such great characters, such memorable moments, such great lines. I really do enjoy this movie. Oh my god! I'm that tired, guys. I'm gonna have a little bit of alcohol. It's gonna wake me up. Probably not. The one thing I really saw while watching this movie tonight, guys, was how the heck did they get their Christmas tree out of the ground without a saw? They pull it up by the roots. How the heck did they do that? Their car was a bajillion miles away because they walked to this tree. How the heck did they do that? I need to know. I've never understood that. That always bugged me. I know that's not the only cartoony thing that happens in this movie, for goodness sakes, but that always bugged me. I don't know why. But this movie is wonderful. It has a lot of heart, lots of humor. If you're looking for a movie that has some really good laughs, this is a great one. I've never seen better use of the Star Spangled Banner and the Pledge of Allegiance in a movie. This is amazing. It's just hilarious. Love it so much. I love all the characters. I had so much fun watching this in a theater tonight, guys. It was so enjoyable. I'll talk a lot more about this later on. When you watch this, it'll be a Wednesday. I'll probably be talking this on like Saturday or Sunday. So yeah, I'll talk more in depth about this one. But guys, I love Christmas Vacation. It's such a good movie. It is so enjoyable, and I just love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Next up, guys, another movie I watched in theaters tonight, actually. Elf, another classic movie. This one, when did it come out? I think it was 2005. This was a few years before Iron Man. Jon Favreau, director of Iron Man, directed this one. Will Ferrell as Buddy the Elf. And another movie that is very cartoony, but it starts out as a cartoon. So, it kind of just makes sense that it's a little cartoony. Again, another movie that has a lot of great humor, a lot of great heartwarming moments, a lot of great characters. Characters like Walter Hobbs, who's just so focused on work that they forget about everyone else in life. Someone like Emily, a character who's married to a man that she loves to death and knows that he is a good man at the end of the day, but he's slipping away from the good that is in him. Uh, Michael, a kid that just doesn't have a father that's really there for them. So when this half brother comes along, he immediately just finds the child in him and the fun that he's never had in his life. I really feel for Michael in this movie as someone who's had parents that just weren't fun. And just feel for that. So many great lines. Son of a nutcracker. World's greatest coffee. Congratulations. There's so many great funny lines. Again, I saw some theaters tonight. I'll talk more about this later down the week here. But boy, was my theater laughing. We had so much fun watching this movie. This is going right. Okay. Oh, it is. Oh, good. I had so much fun watching this movie. I had so much fun watching this. The theater was fairly packed for this one. It's just so much fun. James Caan does such a good job. Will Ferrell does such a good job. Zooey Deschanel does such a great job. Her role's not huge, but she's such an important side character. I love her so much in this movie. Just everything about it. This, I am a Grinch. I don't like Christmas. This movie makes me like Christmas a little bit more. This rises my Christmas spirit. Also, if you've seen this movie before, everyone's seen this movie. At the end of the movie, Zooey Deschanel's character, says what Buddy the Elf has said throughout the movie. The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. And she starts singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. And she starts, another person goes, the crowd starts going, and then everyone's singing Santa Claus is Coming to Town. I heard people in our theater starting to sing Santa Claus Coming to Town. It was great, including myself. I was singing a little bit too. I don't even like that song. I hate Christmas songs. I really do. I hate Christmas. I don't hate it, but I hate it. You know what? Just, we're not going to continue talking about this. Anyways, guys, I really enjoy this movie so much. Jon Favreau, the man who went on to make Iron Man and Chef. I mean, wow. Beautifully directed. Another thing about these movies that I've talked about so far, most of them are around the 90-minute mark. These don't overstay their welcome. They're short, they're sweet, they give you a beautiful story and lots of humor, and it's great. Elf is definitely one of them. I absolutely love this movie. I love seeing it in theaters tonight. Such a blast. We'll talk about this more down the road here. Next up, guys, Bad Santa. I did not see this movie for a very long time. I want to say maybe I saw it like 5 years ago, and I actually need to rewatch it again. But I love the idea that we have a man who dresses up as Santa during the holidays, and he's a drunk and a druggie and messed up and stupid, and that freaking kid is hilarious in this movie as well. I kind of want to watch this movie now, like tonight. Wonder how long it is. Anyways, we're not talking about that. Bernie Mac, R.I.P. Great job in this movie. The characters are just so interesting and funny. Such a great R-rated, crude humor Christmas movie. I absolutely love Bad Santa. I've only seen it a couple times. I need to really watch it again. The sequel is absolute crap. Absolute crap. How you get an Academy Award winner like Kathy Bates to be in your movie and you make an absolute crap movie like that when the first one was so good, I just don't understand. All the returning cast came back. Bad Santa is so good though, guys. There's so many good lines and such in this movie, and it's so naughty, so bad, but I love it. I love it. I don't have too much to say about this. Honestly, I think I'm gonna watch this like tonight before I go to bed. And I said I'm gonna go to bed right away after this or watch Shameless. I think I'm gonna watch Bad Santa. I think I'm gonna go to bed, lay in my bed, watch this movie, fall asleep to it. I don't know. But Bad Santa is such a good movie, guys. Finishing up my drink a little bit here. Ooh, that's good. Very sweet, but it's good. But yeah, guys, such a good movie. Bad Santa. I love this movie. It's hilarious. Next up, Scrooged. Now, I love the story of A Christmas Carol. I have watched a good chunk of them. I'm not going to say I've watched them all. I really enjoyed this year's Spirited. I wouldn't put it up in my top 10 Christmas movies of all time. I kind of wanted to put one of the more classic ones in here, or even the Muppets Christmas Carol. But at the end of the day, I like my Christmas movies with comedy, I'm realizing. Because, I mean, have we had a Christmas? I mean, besides Die Hard, all these have been comedies. I like Christmas comedies. What can I say? And Bill Murray as Mr. Scrooge guy, and the humor in this is so good. I think the first time I watched this would have been my senior year of high school. My coworker at a pharmacy I worked at borrowed it to me on VHS, and that's how I watched it. And it's it's a really cool, interesting retelling of the classic Charles Dickens tale that I feel like we get every single year almost. We've had so many retellings of A Christmas Carol, and I like that this one did something a little bit different with it. It's still the same formula, of course, but it does a little bit different with it. It makes it funny instead of just this very serious, somber, sad tale, and it does some fun things with it. Bill Murray is so good in this movie. All supporting cast is great. I love I don't know if it's puppets or what, with like the spirits, the Christmas present, past, and future, and such. They all just look great. The costuming, the production design with this movie is absolutely great. I really want to watch this one too. I think I'm just gonna be watching Christmas movies for the rest of the month probably, but we'll see what happens here. But yeah, Scrooge, guys, such an enjoyable movie. I don't know what else to say about this one. Another one that just has a lot of heart to it, lots of humor, and Bill Murray is just a great actor. I love Bill Murray. He needs to do more movies. I know he doesn't do movies unless he's really wanting to do it, and he's not retiring, kind of, or not. He's not retired, but he likes to take breaks in between movies and enjoy his beach house. But yeah, guys, I love Scrooge. It's really an enjoyable, fun, fantastic movie, and I love it. And I love Christmas Carol. I've read the book. I've watched quite a few movies. Spirited, I feel like if I rewatch this movie a few more times, I might have it on this list someday. I don't know. But Scrooged, I really enjoy this movie. It's a good one. Next up, guys, The Santa Claus. This movie came out in 1994, the year I was born. Best year in movies. I remember watching this one as a kid as well, and just I really enjoyed it. Tim Allen does such a great job in this role. The kid, I don't know who plays Charlie, but he does a phenomenal job in this role as well. This is another one I've been playing at work. All three of them have been on Freeform, the marathon, and people watch them. They really do. And it is a movie that gives you, so again, similar to what like Elf did, giving me the spirit of Christmas. This movie kind of does it a little bit. We go to the North Pole, we see the North Pole, we experience the North Pole, and it's really enjoyable. And I have to charge this. Give me like 16 seconds. In fact, I have a microphone now, guys. I can talk as I'm doing this. Like, it's kind of great. But yeah, guys, The Santa Claus. It's just an enjoyable, fun, interesting movie, isn't it? As I'm grabbing my cord, I just really enjoy The Santa Claus. I love the magic behind it. Tim Allen is an enjoyable Santa Claus, and I like that. I have not watched this new Santa Claus show. Has anybody watched this new Santa Claus show? I have not watched it yet. I kind of do want to watch it, but I really didn't okay, so the second and the third Santa Claus, they're fine. I watched that third one in theaters. Second one I did not, but I watched that third one in theaters, and I didn't love it, but I really like this first one. It's, out of all the ones I'm talking about, I think this would be like the bottom of the list if I were to rank it. This isn't one I rewatch all the time. It's just one I have a particularly fond memory of from my childhood. And it's just really enjoyable, and I like it a lot. And yeah, I don't know what it is about this one. I think this one is more, it's just from my childhood, because it's not the most well-written movie ever. I like the dynamic between divorced father and mother. They get along while also struggling and fighting, and Charlie handles all this fairly well. And the characters at the North Pole are really, really interesting, fun characters. Bernard is a character that he's very strict and he's not necessarily likable, but you get where he's coming from. Even the little girl that brings him cocoa, I can't remember her name, but just some really cool, interesting elves and such like that in this movie. I really like this one, and it came out in the best year movie, so I kind of have to have it in the list. 1994, the year I was born. The Santa Claus, guys, it's enjoyable. Next up, guys, the newest movie that is out is still in theaters. It hasn't even been in theaters for like 2 weeks, guys. Not even a week and a half. Violent Night. Yes, it is Die Hard with Santa Claus. I will 100% admit that. But I love Die Hard, and I love this movie. This movie is so much fun. I mean, I can't spoil too much about this movie because it just came out, so I don't want to say too much, but it's blood, guts, and gore. There's that heart there. There's unlikable characters that I really did not like, but they're not in the movie that much. And Beverly D'Angelo makes another return to a Christmas movie. But David Harbour as Santa is so fun, so interesting. I laughed so many different times. Again, I like my Christmas movies with comedy. What can I say? I don't like a serious, sad, boring Christmas movie. I just don't. I like a fun, funny, hilarious Christmas movie. I don't know. Yeah, the dynamic, the chemistry between the little girl and Santa is great. This movie references the movie that it's kind of remaking in a sense. It talks about Home Alone. It talks about Die Hard. And it just worked for me. I don't know. I want to go see this in theaters again. I had so much fun. In fact, I might go see this on Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or something like that because it's fun. It's bloody. It's a bloody good time. Oh, I had fun, Mike. I didn't know why I went British there because, well, wait, David Harbour's British, isn't he? Is David Harbour British? I'm not sure. Hey, Google, is David Harbour British?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
He doesn't have information about
something similar.
Oh.
Do you want to know who is Hopper married to?
No. I don't know. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. Anyways, guys, I had fun with this movie. It's a bloody good time. If you like, hey, Google, shut the hell up. Google never listens to me, and I don't like it. It pisses me off. Anyways, guys, I had so much fun with this one. I really did. I think it's, like I said, a bloody good time. It really is, Mike. Yeah, I don't have too much else to say, but I kind of want to go see this again. Maybe even make a spoilers review. Not very many people are watching that latest episode that I put up on Thursday, but I don't care. I love this movie so much. It's so much fun. I just love Violent Night. I had so much fun. I know my parents didn't think it was that great. I know other people aren't thinking it's that great, but I had so much fun with this movie. So much freaking fun. I feel like this is probably one of my most controversial picks. This is a movie that is around Christmas. There is no snow in this movie, though. It takes place in, LA, I think. And it's more of a romantic comedy kind of thing. And it's a movie that was not well reviewed. It didn't make the biggest amount of money at the box office, but you know what? I love this movie. This is an R-rated, really crude comedy. People also don't like James Franco now. He's been taken out of existence. I kind of let that go in this movie because I just think this movie is so flippin' funny. I love this movie so much. I love that Kiss is brought into this movie. I love how vulgar this movie is. The kitty talk. I just love everything about this movie. The idea of this older gentleman dating a guy's Bryan Cranston's daughter of all people, the guy who's like, say my name. I mean, I just love the premise of this movie. And yes, we've seen it 100 times before, but this movie is also very cartoony. There's a lot of things in this movie that just, I don't buy it. But I don't care. I have so much fun watching this movie. It is heartwarming at times. I like the characters. The scene where the freaking mom is high is so good. I love that scene. I want to rewatch this movie tonight too. There's so many movies I want to watch. They're all Christmas movies. I don't like Christmas, but I do like some Christmas movies, I guess. This movie is just so funny. I love this movie so much. Not a movie you should watch with your parents. I watched this movie in theaters with my parents. Awkward. In fact, I think I watched it with all my family. Very awkward. Yeah, well, it is what it is. This was such an enjoyable movie. It was such a surprise for me. I was excited for it. I didn't think I was going to like it this much. I really, really like this movie. And I find myself watching it almost every year since it came out in what? 2016? I think it was 2016. I think it was December of 2016. I really like this movie. In fact, I know it was December 2016 because it was the same year Office Christmas Party came out, Christmas movie, and same year that Passengers came out, a really crappy movie. But I love this movie so much. It's just so much fun. I love Bryan Cranston. I don't like James Franco anymore, but in this movie, I like his character. How about that? I like his daughter. I like the mom. I like the son. Keegan Michael Key is this assistant guy that occasionally beats up James Franco. That's awesome. That's great. I don't know. I just love this movie. I love the humor in it. It's such a good time. I really do love White Him as well. All these movies. I think that was 10. Honorable mention though to Jack Frost. Again, similar to what I said about the Santa Claus. This is a movie I watched as a child, and I remember liking it, but at the same time, I hated it because it made me bawl my eyes out. I think this is one of my first big memories of watching a live action movie and having someone die in a movie. And I mean, Michael Keaton's character technically dies within what, 20 minutes of this movie? And it's devastating. There's that that scene where the traveling soldier song is on as he's building the snowman. So devastating. And the scene where his son, I forget the son's name, but he's shoveling the snow out of the driveway. And his mom's like, it's fine. I can just drive through it. We'll get it later. And he's like, no, I got to get it. And they just break down. It's okay. I miss him too. I mean, this movie's heartbreaking. And I think that's part of the reason why I didn't get it in my top 10. Because it is just so devastating. There is some good humor in this movie, but boy, is it just it's a devastating movie. And even the end when he doesn't want his dad to go, but his dad's like, I'm a snowman. I can't live like this. I gotta go. And that final moment between them, it's so beautiful. Hard movie to watch. It really is. I struggle watching this movie, and that's why this is not one I've rewatched 100 times over. But as a kid, I remember watching it for the first time, and just it's been so vivid in my head ever since. And the scenes that I do remember are those devastating scenes. Yes, I also remember like the sledding chase, and sometimes it's good to have a big butt. I remember using that as a kid too. My parents didn't necessarily like that, but you know what? Who flipping cares? So Jack Frost and Michael Keaton's in it too. Michael Keaton is so great in this movie. I don't know how they did the snowman work. I kind of want to look into behind the scenes of how they made the snowman work, if he's CGI or if it's like prosthetics or something. They did a really good job of making the face look like Michael Keaton. Because dang, can you see the resemblance? I can. Uh, yeah, I really enjoy this movie. It's just so depressing. It's my honorable mention. Yeah. So yeah, guys, those were my top 10 movies. Jack Frost, we're gonna go over them again here quick. Jack Frost, honorable mention. Why him? Absolutely love a Christmas movie. Violent Night, the newest movie. It's so much fun. Go see it in theaters, guys. Support this movie. I want more movies like this. It's fun. The Santa Claus, 1994 film, the year I was born. Movie I remember from my childhood more than anything. I haven't rewatched this one 100 times, but I watched it at the bar. I watched parts of it at the bar. It's enjoyable. Scrooged, a classic retelling of the classic A Christmas Carol. Check it out if you haven't. Bad Santa, just a hilarious, crude Santa movie. Love it. Elf, everyone loves Elf. I'm not going to say anything else about Elf. It's just amazing. Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase comedy, National Lampoons, written by John Hughes. Yeah, John Hughes, one of 3 John Hughes movies that were written. Another John Hughes movie, Home Alone 2 and Home Alone 1. Both really great movies about a little kid being left home alone and some crooks trying to get him. Absolutely love these 2 movies. Die Hard, another great one. Not everyone says that's a Christmas movie. I don't care. It's a Christmas movie. So yeah, guys, those are my picks for the 10 movies that you should be watching in the next 10 days here leading up to Christmas. Feel free to comment down below which ones I missed, which ones I need to maybe retake a look at, which ones just comment down below. What do you think? What Christmas movies do you like? Like this and share it. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I want to get to 80 within the next 3 weeks here. Please. Yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. That's annoying. But anyways, guys, I hope you have had an enjoyable week, even though it's the same day as the last video. But yeah, I hope you've had an enjoyable week. I will have a video out soon talking about the movies I've watched in the last week, including probably Avatar, The Way of Water. I think I'll be watching this in South Carolina. I believe there's a Regal where I'm going to. Maybe there's 40X. I would be interested in seeing this one in 40X. That's a 3-hour and 10-minute movie, so those chairs weren't the most comfortable. But anyways, guys, we'll see what happens. And I also have some life updates. Maybe I will be moving to South Carolina. I really hope I will. It's been a dream of mine for a very long time. So I hope. So yeah, guys. Until then, I hope you guys have yourself a really great day, a great night, whenever you're watching this. Great week, or if you're watching this even 2 years after I did it. This is like meta. This is like a video inside a video. But anyways, guys, I hope you're doing well, living life. Cheers. I'm going to finish this. Delicious. All right, guys. I'm going to turn this off now because I'm just, saying random stuff. So, we'll see you. Have a good one. Bye.